Well, hello and welcome people of the internet to Dragon is Dead. This is a side-scrolling action roguelike along the same veins as like a Dead Cells or Astral Ascent that I'm very excited to check out. This one's theme is more grimdark. So we're talking zombies and mutated creatures and blood and just somber tones, and I want to kind of stay away from saying Diablo-like, but it is. I mean, it's Grimdark. That's the most iconic Grimdark game. So if you're looking for a Dead Cells / Diablo style game, this one I feel like might be up your alley. So the devs were kind enough to send me over a key so that we could try this out. This is an early access. If you want to check out the link and all that, Steam link will be down below in the description. But they were also kind enough to give me a key to share with one of you guys. So one of you will be lucky enough to get the key to get it. Now, how do you get the key? Well, I am, of course, going to sneakily put the code somewhere in this video for you to find. Now, some of you may watch this and be like, he didn't put the key in. I looked through the whole video. I couldn't find it. Trust me, it's there. On the last time I did this in the first Ravenswatch video I did, I had a couple people be like, I watched it, it's not there. And then a couple days later, someone did find it, so it is there. So if you want a little hint of how I hide these things, the first Ravenswatch video, there is a timestamp that you can go to directly and just see like how I hid it, just so you have some idea. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. Now, unfortunately, so yeah, I did play for a few minutes here. I was hoping to do my first impressions with you guys. However, I realized like 13 minutes in, as you saw, my audio wasn't recording. And of course, I don't want to do that to you guys, have no audio in the video. That would be, or at least my voice was recording, but the game audio wasn't. And the music is, you know, quite good. So I'd hate for you guys to not experience that. So we're going to kind of blow through this a little bit. Up until the point where I don't know the story, that's probably where I'm going to kind of skip through a lot of the dialogue. You can kind of pause through it and read if you want to hear the lore. A lot of this is, it's not really like, it's kind of world setting here, but a lot of it we can kind of skip through to save us some time and just kind of get to the gameplay here. So he gives us a token, and that token is going to basically give us some trust with an NPC that we're going to meet here later on. As far as our controls go, so I'm playing on an Xbox controller. We'll go ahead and pop a potion there. Pretty much what you expect up on the D-pad. I'm playing on an Xbox controller. So as far as controls go, yeah, we use down A, Y to open up chests. X is our attack, which we have a sword here. B is to dash. And right now, all of our bumpers and triggers don't do anything. We don't have any skills unlocked. We will unlock them pretty early on, and the skill tree is pretty nice. It's simplistic, but it's complicated. I wouldn't even say it's necessarily complicated. It's just one that allows you a lot of choices, which I really appreciate. So I'll let you guys read these. It's basically just saying our resources. We don't have mana. We have combat resources, which regenerate as we do hits on enemies. And those will be used to use skills in the future. So we do get some gear. The gear does auto-equip. Let's take a look at the inventory real quick. It's actually something that looks a little bit more like Path of Exile style, or I guess Diablo style as well, as opposed to like Dead Cells or Astral Ascent, which are kind of the two games in this genre that I'm familiar with. So unlike Dead Cells, where you only get to keep one item, it looks like you're going to be able to keep a lot of equipment. So, and there's some quest items too. This is tagged as a roguelike. So I'm interested to see how this kind of works out, because to me this almost just feels more like an action RPG, where because we're collecting, there's a lot of reason to collect gear, where typically you would think like, and that's just saying that we have a skill point that we can now use. We'll do that after we defeat these enemies here. So I'm interested to see how the inventory system comes to be important to us. Right? Like how many pieces of equipment am I going to need to hold on to is really the thing. Oh, we picked up a horny ring. Can I climb this? No, it doesn't look like I can climb the vine, so I just got to double jump up here. That was an interesting angle. All right, so we cleared all enemies, and once all enemies are defeated, a chest is going to spawn. There are 3 different types of chests. Soul gems are stat boosts. We have artifacts, which are kind of what you would expect to see. They're synergy items, and then we have currency. And currency can be gold. There's only one NPC I've found so far that uses gold. I don't know what the red rocks are for. We have ruby chests, which unfortunately I don't have the key for just yet. Which we might find here. We have, let's see, artifacts or soul gems. Let's go ahead and go for, let's go for stats here. We can grab intelligence. Spellblade's intelligence are all skill damage. Okay, we also have armor, or we have increases mastery skill. So I'm not exactly sure. I haven't figured out what mastery skills are yet. There are core skills that I've found, but not mastery skills. So I think I'm going to go with the armor here. And we still don't have a key, so I can't do that yet. So now let's take a look at our skill tree. Now, unfortunately, I can't scroll out, it looks like. But basically, how it works is if you spent 0 skill points, you can unlock this stuff down here. If you spent 2 skill points, you can start to unlock this stuff. 4 gives you access to this. 6 gives you access to this. And then finally, 8. Now, this is a skill tree that I do like because it offers you some choice. Right now, to me, it is a little bit, it's very much not complicated, right? Because if you look at every tier, it's clearly, do you just want to go fire, electric, or ice? Then there's like some defensive and some extra stuff over here. But every left side is just, oh, you have 2 fire abilities, they do some extra stuff. You have some electric abilities, they do some extra stuff. They do ice abilities, and they do some extra stuff. So while there is a lot of there is some amount of choice here, I wouldn't say that there's necessarily a lot of different builds going on right now. So to start, we're going to go with this basic skill, which is Sword of Fire. It's going to regenerate some additional resources for us, but it's also just going to set enemies on fire, which is kind of nice and that I like. So now our sword just does fire damage. So we'll keep continuing on down the road here. Now, the map system is very much not like a Dead Cells, right? This is much more along the lines of Astral Ascent. If you're familiar with the two, I'm going to kind of keep referencing back to them just because those are kind of the two, I think those might be the 2 most well-known games that kind of fit into this genre. I would say definitely Dead Cells. Astral Ascent, maybe not. Correct me if I'm wrong, if there's another one that you would say is kind of like the pillar of the genre. And maybe it's just because we still don't have a key yet. Dang it, man. Maybe it's just because I've started looking into Astral Ascent more. Spoiler alert, that may or may not be a video / series that you start to see on this channel here soon. Still no keys. Okay, so we do have advanced. We can go advanced artifact or soul gem. Let's do an artifact this time. Increases your max resources by 15. Reduces resource consumption by 7, so we could use skills more effectively. View synergy. With luck or with balance. Oh, so okay, so there's also an auto battler like synergy system in here. Okay. So with luck, basically hitting an enemy with our regular attack has an 80% chance to recharge your resources again. Or balance, when you hit an enemy with your basic skill, you gain 50% attack speed. Okay, so that's pretty cool. We have, it looks like maybe different rarities. Oh, no, magic artifacts. Okay. Increases movement speed by 7%. Refreshing the same vendor 5 times in a camp reduces the cost of the refresh by 80% until the end of the game. That doesn't seem all that great. Increases your damage by 10%. Bleeding enemies have 10% increased chance to take critical damage. Hemophilia, bleeding enemies take additional damage. That's additional damage on top of that. And then increased crit chance. So I don't know how we apply bleeding, but I think that this one is the most impressive to me. Although this is kind of, actually this one is kind of nice. Yeah, I'm actually going to take this one. I don't have a way. Oh, wait, whoa, what is this? This is new to me. You can find artifacts and stage completion reward chests. You can view your current artifacts by pressing, yep. Each artifact has 2 synergies. And artifact synergies grants the owner a set of abilities based on the number of Right, okay. So how does that work with this circle? Maybe so I'm assuming we have a limited number of artifacts, and then we have essences over here too? Oh, and we also have a skill point, so let's go ahead and put that in. Hitting an enemy who's burning with Sword of Fire has a 15% chance to recover 5 mana. We also have over here, gain 3 mana charges when you hit an enemy with your basic skill, so more mana charge, or increase damage after 3 seconds after a dash. Let's go with mana Sword of Fire. Fortunately, still no ruby keys, which is a little sad. My first playthrough, I did get one. I don't remember how I got it, though. I think it just an enemy dropped it. Okay, so we come to the Gelatin Forest, and in here, we're going to talk to this guy. He's just going to talk to us a little bit, and again, it's like, how'd you get this token? Are you sure you got it from the guy you said you got it from? Because I don't know if I trust you. So he gives us food. We can choose 1 piece of food. Increases movement speed by 10% until 2 areas are clear. Gonna restock this. What does this give us? Cooldown reduction. Let's go for skill damage. We don't have any skills yet, though. All skill damage. Now, let's do another one. Increases final damage reduction taken. Increases final damage reduction. Oh, okay, so okay, so we take less damage. Okay, that's fine. I'll take that. Then we got this giant here cooking some octopus. I will gladly eat up that octopus, good sir. So I think at this point, is there one more level? Oh, no. Okay, so this is where I ended because I realized that there was no audio, which we looked at this guy, has some sweet armor. I kind of want what he's got. That kind of looks like it's a button, but it's not. And we talked to Clara up here. And she tells us all about Cliffshire, how it used to be this nice place, but now, you know, the demons showed up and there's a whole bunch of dead things and, you know, darkness and all that. And we're going to go into the spirit of the forest here. Forest spirits. Defeat the creature, cut off part of it, and bring it to me. Piece of the fallen tree spirit can be used to rid the entrance of the gelatin cave and the blood vines that surround it. May you always walk in the light. And now we are 100% in new territory for me. Okay, so we have a whole map system here. Let's go ahead and go to the withered forest spirits, I guess, because I can't move anything around. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's travel there. The home of Guinevere. A human. There was one like you, but he never returned. Human like you always comes here. Humans are persistent as demons. The forest ahead is where the spirits, my companions, my children, have fallen. Those who can no longer be called spirits will stand in your way. If thou can get to this tree spirit Longmore, slay him and remove his horns. By removing the horns of evil spawn during the fall, you will bring rest to my weary companion. Alright, increases your max resource by 100, reduces your life, or increase your potion capacity by 2. Yeah, we'll take that. We got to get some more skill points, though. So that way we can get our first couple skills. I heard there's a whole bunch of them up here roaming around. Still no key. Still no key. Yeah, I don't know how the experience system is weird here because because when I played this the first time, I already had 2 skills by this point. Okay, well there's 1 skill. So we're going to come up here to the second tier. We could go for hitting enemies with core skill while they're burning deals crit damage. Now, this is a core skill. However, to me, this is more of like a passive skill. So that's kind of interesting. But we're going to take the Leap Slash. So we're going to leap forward quickly, dealing 250% damage as fire on hit. Has a 35% chance to make enemies vulnerable. Costs 46, and we can, of course, level this up as we want to for skill keys. Oh, right. It's equipped to left bumper. If we wanted to, we can come down here and swap where they are. And then next, we're going to take the Orb of Fire, which shoots an Orb of Fire. Now, I'm assuming when enemies become vulnerable... Oh, what are you doing? I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of indicator on them that they are vulnerable, but I have not seen one yet. At least not one that is inherently apparent to me. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Well, that answers my question exactly how I wanted it to. Okay, let's pick up the pauldrons. Oh, God, that guy throws them fast. There we go. Enemies have been defeated. Let's go ahead and pick up our chests. We also have our equipment here that we can take a look at. Looks like, yeah, this is going to give us +5 armor, so we'll pop that on. We already have that. The club is going to give us more damage, but it's a little slower. And might as well do it, even though it looks less cool. Alright, we also have a skill. So let's do the Orb of Fire. Do we want advanced? Yeah, we want advanced soul gem. We can get increased core skill damage, increases dexterity, increases all skill damage, dexterity, increases dodge chance, and increases crit hit chance. Or we could just take strength. Strength also increases armor. Now, Berserker Strength, interesting. So are we... We are currently a Spellblade. Now, can we change that? Well, I took it anyway. That's not the button I meant to hit. Right, so we are a Spellblade. So does that mean that we don't get that bonus then? Oh, what is this? Boss drops. Oh, okay. We'll have to do that later. So, Berserker Strength increases all skill damage. This no longer says armor, though. So, what is that indicating? Berserker Strength. So does that mean that we don't get it because we're not a Berserker? I'm guessing there must be different classes then that we can play. And maybe we get different bonuses for different gems and stuff like that. Okay, let's pop that potion. Can I get up there, please? I swear I'm not trying to just hit this guy. I'm actually trying to get up here. Apparently I can't... Oh, there we go. I was just, like, barely not making it. Okay, I really got to be working on taking out these mages. Ah, I thought I got on the other side of him. There we go. That wasn't a very good room. That was not a very good room. I was very distracted by all this different stuff that was going on. Ooh, got a new item, though. Okay, let's take a look at that. Automatically equips, which is super nice. Why can't I go to... There we go. Okay, so apparently I have to go up from the gloves. Temp armor, crit damage. That's no good. Okay, so it already did that. We do have new skills, so let's go ahead and apply that. And we can come up here now. You're surrounded by an aura of flame for 7 seconds, increasing the damage of all fire elemental skills by 6%, and dealing 50%. Ooh. Okay, let's take that. Yeah, I was just going to say, let's put it on my left trigger. Fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, we can either get currency or we can get artifact. I think I'm going to get currency. I want to get a ruby key, which unfortunately doesn't look like it's going to happen for us anytime soon. The home of Longmore. Oh, and Longmore is the one we were supposed to fight, isn't it? Oh, I see a face there, buddy. Oh, I see multiple faces there, buddy. That was not doing any damage. Hold up here. Hold up. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, wait. Am I supposed to attack the one that's red? Looks like it. Oh my goodness. Okay. God dang, man. There's not enough time for me to dodge all these things. Oh my god, man. There's so many of those. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, nope, I'm dead. Oh, man, so close. Your level and experience have been reset and then something or other. Yeah, the spirit attack is crazy, man. Source of succession. I've been waiting the successor. I knew this was where the successors would defy death and are reborn. I was afraid a good one would keep me waiting a long time. But you showed up quickly. You died many times, haven't you? Are you new? My name is Andes, the previous successor. I want to play him. He looks way cooler. It's noble for a retired successor to find and nurture the next in line. That's where I don't fit in. I'm just here to investigate the rift in this village, which is different from the ones that we've seen before. It's personal. But they say the successor has already arrived here. I've been waiting to see what he's up to. It looks like you could use a little help. If you don't mind, I'd like to give you some advice as a senior. The successors each have unique abilities. They can manipulate the elements, work with blood, or speak with spirits. I have such abilities. I am skilled with this greatsword and artifacts. Drakons are usually good with artifacts. It may be because I'm close to a dragon. Still, I'm also very good at identifying objects of will and unlocking their potential. If you ever use the artifacts on the altar, an average person would need help withstanding the power of more than one artifact. But the successors born with the power of the runes must harness it, and all the previous successors have harnessed the power of the artifacts. Each artifact has a different will, but some have different powers. They resonate with each other, amplifying their power. Have you noticed? In that regard, I think you're most in need of experience with more artifacts. Take this first. It's a jar of as of yet unidentified artifacts. I'm told a Draken in the merchant group takes care of the artifacts. If you show him this, I'm sure he'll be pretty favorable. You'll get more artifacts. When you're ready, I'll tell you the next step. Good luck. Okay, that was a whole info dump. So yeah, how does this... Because this feels of like... Oh, I guess I just jumped back into Cliffshire. Okay. Use. World difficulty. Okay. We can travel, but I don't necessarily want to do that yet. There's a whole... Oh, so I keep... Oh, you keep your equipment. Okay. So you keep your equipment, but it looks like... Can I just sell the stuff? Blacksmith. You've come to the right place if you're looking for the town's blacksmith. I'm the best in the neighborhood, but it's no use because I don't have a hammer. Not the sledgehammer I'm holding, but a proper hammer. A rune-encrusted hammer draws on the power of sealed equipment and transforms them to suit the user. Isn't that cool? I think so too. It's pretty cool, except I don't have it. The hammer's in a monastery. Do you know anything about a stolen monastery? It's a demon-infested monastery beyond the elemental forest. I used to go there often to forge the monks' weapons. Training is essential for monks too. Their equipment always breaks during training. Monk Dyke, the monk in charge of training new monks, took pride in calling me to the monastery often. We grew close as we mended our broken gear. Okay, I don't necessarily need your story for that. Oh my god, that's a lot of story. Okay. So, can't do yet. You have no face, my dude. Gear merchant. Yep, you're going to tell me all about how you became a merchant. There we go. Okay, can I sell stuff to you? Sell and rebuy. Oh, here we go. Okay, so yeah, we can sell. Sell. Okay, so you got to hit the triggers. So right trigger brings you over here, left trigger brings you over here. Okay, so this allows us to buy the red, like, the red rocks looking things. So we have magic and rare. So is rare better than magic? I'm assuming magic is a... Oh, no, magic also, it, like, works with resistances and debuffs and stuff like that. Okay. Ultimate skill damage, damage over time. Basic skill damage. Oh, more fire damage. All right, let's grab that. That didn't compare. That just bought. That's not necessarily what I wanted. Yeah, X and A are doing the exact same thing. There's actually no compare right now. I don't think that's working properly. Okay, so now we can go ahead and travel to the Gelatin Forest. And it doesn't look like... Yeah, okay. So I see, okay. I see how it's working. So that's basically our hub. I wonder if there's, like, any secrets that I need to be looking out for. I will say, I wish that our basic attack had a little bit more of a combo to it. Right now, it feels very much like I'm spamming X. It just feels like there's no fluidity to the actual combat. It kind of just feels like it's one attack over and over again. I get that he's doing, like, you know, like, attacks of different kinds, but it just feels like it's like attack, 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 rather than a fluid attack system. Okay, all it is... That's actually super nice to let me know that I don't have to worry about getting attacked anymore. Okay, soul gem or artifact. Let's go for the artifact here. More gold, crit chance up, increase max life, increase crit chance. Every time you level up, you earn a bunch of gold. Sure, let's take the extra life. go to our skills, and... Or actually, I need to equip this stuff. Damage reduction. Oh, I can only choose one of these. Oh, right. This is the one that I didn't mean to buy. I was just comparing. Let's see. Ultimate skill. Yeah, I guess I don't care about that. So we'll take the rough nailed club. Which is just a hammer. And then we got to go to the skills, and because we have increased fire damage, so let's do that. So now that we have increased fire damage, I would assume that we can take out that boss now, because he was very close to being killed. I also do miss, from Dead Cells, the attack down. There's no, like, ground slam or anything, so you just kind of, like, casually fall. And I'm also noticing a bit of stuttering in this world. I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, we got a ruby key. Okay, so we can open this up. We get a copper amulet, and we get a dagger. So let's take a look at these here. Anything good? We get gold gain or mastery skill damage. We lose a... Oh, no. We lose a bunch of damage. And we have an additional skill point. So let's go ahead and put that into Mana Sword. Area completed. Nice. So what are we getting here? We can either go for currency or artifact. Let's just go for current artifact. Increases your damage 10%. Skills have a 20% chance to make enemies vulnerable for... Ooh. Increases your damage. Increases your core skill. Oh, heck yeah. Give me that. Now, one thing I am worried about is that we only have one potion. Oh, wait. Who is this? Bertio, your equipment could be better. Your successors are so far removed from death that they think that they can do whatever they want. Looking at your weapons, I can see how you think. Do you think you can just hit enemies a few times and with that and be done with it? There are many rumors about the successors. I don't know why I keep saying successors. If you're not going to fuel the rumors, change your gear. You can't fight demons with ordinary equipment. You have to fight them with powerful, magically enhanced equipment. Did you know that some equipment seals... Yeah. Can you just do me the thing? He said bring me a gem. Okay. Well, I can't do anything with you anyway right now, so there's not a lot I can do here. We got food, buddy. Gains 30 armor. Okay, well, I guess we'll do that. And, oh my god, what are you? Artifact Keeper. I've heard from Sicko your last trip must have been difficult with no source of artifacts. I know that the successors are not only reliant on their own abilities, but also how they use their artifacts. And since artifacts lose their power after death, they'll need more. You don't seem to know much about artifacts, do you? You're a successor, right? The use and care of artifacts are both essential and natural for successors. What are you thinking? Fighting demons all the time? Apologize. I'm no stranger to rumors. Complicated story. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Don't get too close. If you look at it, you talk shit, you have to buy carefully. Yep, he takes that thing, and then he gives me options. Okay, so now I can buy artifacts. Holy crap. Increase your damage, increase your fire damage, increase your damage, increase your move speed, increase your max life, increase your max resources. Give me that damage. Okay, that is way more than I needed to know just to say, hey, you can buy artifacts from me. But it's probably setting up like lore and stuff like that, but... right now, we're just looking to kind of speed through this. Okay, we got a new chick here, Lippa. She got kind of a creepy stare. You're dressed differently from the mercenaries. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Lippa, and I'm a merchant who sells trinkets. Unfortunately, can't show you my wares here. I left them all in town. If you're interested, you can find me in town. Run my shop. Oh, yeah, okay. So this is just at the starter. Two damage, base skill, master skill. Okay, so yeah, she's one of the chicks that in the town that we couldn't get to. because she wasn't there. And now she is, because we found her. She was with all the other people. Alright, Guinevere. And then there's going to be a bunch of lore dump. Let's see, so we can go increase your max resources, reduce your life, increase your max life, reduce your max resources. 1 remaining. Give me that potion. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, now we got our stinking casters up here again. Let's go ahead and take them out. Don't spear me, brother. Don't spear me, brother. Okay, so let's get our skills here. We'll get our leap slash. And we do have a potion at the beginning, so if I get hit and end up using a potion, gotta remember that that's back there. There we go. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just pop the potion, just go back to full, and then we'll go ahead and pick up the potion. Oh, there's no shot I can't get back there. Alright. There we go. It's only 20 health, but 20 health can definitely be the difference between winning and losing. And now we don't have a key. Currency I don't really care about. Let's take an advanced artifact. Increases intelligence, increases your damage, increases crit damage. Enemies in the jolted. Now we're not doing jolted. Oh, what do we have here? Reduces skill cooldown. Attacks that hit when you have 120 or more resources have a 30% chance to reduce the remaining. Well, we have 105, so looks like we're taking increases damage and increases intelligence. When you level up your strength... Ooh, okay. There's some cool stuff there. And then let's go back to our skills. We're going to take the Orb of Fire. Give me something good. Just a bunch of resources. That's totally fine. There we go. Nice and clean. Well, kind of. We took a little bit of damage there. Artifact or... No, we don't want currency. Let's just go here. Increases your damage. Healing effect is increased. Ooh, we like that. Increases your damage for below 30 life. You are healed for 3... Ooh, okay. Let's go for the... Get the Mage's Cloak. We have a new skill, so we can pick up our Fire Amplification. And unfortunately, it looks like our food is going to run out right before the boss, which is... Yeah, it's going to run out literally right here. And remember, too, in the first wave, I was smacking on this first face. I didn't realize I had to only fight the one that was red. So that was a lot of damage that I could have dealt, but didn't. Well, we are doing quite a bit more damage, aren't we? Man, what happened between the two takes? I didn't have to use one potion. Did I even take a hit? What happened? I mean, not that I'm complaining, but wow. That was like an incredibly different version of what just happened. Okay, so Frozen Blade, it's a legendary talisman. Resource restoration on kill, a lot of extra life. When you cast Cold Amplification, Icy Blade appears. Huh. So I wonder, can I reset? I highly doubt it. I was going to say, can I? Yeah, I can't reset. Because that would be good, but we're not playing with the ice build. I am surprised. That was drastically different. Maybe just because I took the artifacts, they gave me increased damage, and I had a weapon that had slightly more damage to it. God, all the people in here are so freaky looking. She got like a weird stare to her. So you've come from where Longmore was. Did you manage to defeat him? You took out the horn from your belongings and show it. I see, the forest trembled with his final cry. That's how I knew. My name is Morgan. I've been the apothecary for this forest of spirits when it was brimming with life. I've spent many years here. The spirits of this forest were my family and friends. Watching them lose their life and fall into corruption, it was truly painful. Even when they were attacking me, the knowledge that I couldn't save them tore at my heart. Longmore was the noblest soul among them. When he fell, it felt like the fate of the forest collapsed with him. Now that you have freed him, I can finally lighten the burden on my heart. But this forest, it will never be the same again. It's unbearable to feel its final breath among the withering trees and dying spirits. This is all I can offer. This elixir is the result of years of research with the spirits. May it aid you on your journey. I no longer have reason to stay here. I will return to Cliffshire. Hey, and she was the other one that we were going to see. So we got... let's see here. What was it that we got? Oh, and we have satiation. Each time you consume a life potion or food, your maximum life is increased by 10. Ooh, cool. Which we can see up in the top left. So what exactly did she give me? Oh, hey, we got a rune. What does that do? Fehu. Fehu? Maybe this is just to, like, track your progression through the game. But what is the thing she just gave me? I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to read it. You guys probably know because you were able to read it. I didn't get to see it. It's the thing, it's in the bottom left. So I clearly have like some stats or something coming from it maybe. The entrance to the gelatin cave? What's up, Clara? The tree spirit Longmore was the most beautiful presence in the spirit forest. Morgan must have been deeply saddened by his corruption. Now Longmore can finally rest in peace. Is that Longmore's horn you have with you? Please give it to me. I will purify it. With this purified horn, we can now... Hang on. Purified Longmore's horn. Okay. We can now remove the bloodied vines blocking the entrance of the gelatin cave. For more details about the cave, please speak with Captain Roten. I look forward to seeing you again. May light always guide your steps forward. Are you Rotan? You are Rotan. Well met. Are you with the reinforcements sent by the Order? I see you're alone. I suppose the others will join us later. Are you the only reinforcements? This is the first time I've seen a successor. I'm truly pleased to meet you, but it's hard to believe that our only choice is to place faith that you're the one who can succeed in Liu I pray. To bring you up to speed, we're guarding the entrance of the gelatin cave, which is covered in blood vines. The vines prevent us from entering the cave from the outside and the monsters from leaving the cave. However, just as suddenly as the vines appear, they can disappear again and the monsters in the cave may attack the village. The herbalist Morgan thinks the blood vines are the work of a fallen tree spirit. We couldn't defeat it, no matter how many times we tried. Oh lord. This is the horn of a tree spirit, and you came through the withered forest of spirits. This should get rid of those blood vines. You've defeated Longmore, so you should be able to find out what happened in the cave. Inside the cave is a shrine for one of the Order's holy relics, which is the power to stop demons from entering the cave. Something must have gone wrong with the holy relic, or the demons wouldn't have been able to stir up the trouble in the cave. Find the shrine, examine the holy relic. The monsters in the cave are more terrible and powerful than the ones you saw in the forest, so be careful. Well, hello, Joanne. You're the first person we've seen without a creep. I mean, you kind of do have a creepy stare. Hello, are you a mercenary too? Are there any mercenaries left for hire around here? Ah, you must be the successor. Hello, I'm Joanne, a merchant selling groceries. Speaking of the successors, everyone says they're monsters who have lost all sense of reason due to their bone-crushing training and experience. No, just all rumors, isn't it? I sell things like ruby keys, potions, light armor, and trinkets. Yeah, just natural groceries. I too eat keys, armors, and trinkets. Don't worry about the quality. They come from the most famous merchant couple in Cliffshire. Have you met my parents? Oh no, they must have grabbed someone and shared my story again. They're so worried. But I don't intend to be tied down to the village, and while I do get a little, very little help from my parents when I'm looking for items to sell, I want to make things happen for myself. With that in mind, go ahead and buy it. You'll love it. What's this? A necklace? My mom gave it to you? That's pretty sweet that you brought it to me. You could have just taken it. I wouldn't have known. I guess you're not as intimidating as people think, and of course, I've never thought that about you. Thank you for the necklace. I'll wear it right away. So, we have ruby keys, which I have none of, so let's go ahead and buy a couple. Healing potions. Let's go ahead and pop a healing potion, and then we'll buy a new one. As for gloves, max life dexterity, cold damage, projectile damage. What do we need? Let's see. What do we need dexterity for? Stats. Core stats. Dexterity. All skill damage. Yeah. Okay. Well, so that confirms that. This is increase all skill damage by 5% if you're the Spellblade. So clearly there are going to be other classes that you can pick that you'll want to get different stats in. Right? So if you're the Berserker, your skill damage comes from your strength. For us, it comes from skill damage. We still get dodge chance and crit chance from the other two things. But Vitality, it looks like, goes for everyone. Okay, so that system is making a lot more sense now. So that being said, we don't want these. Don't want any of these. Oh, wait, did these not... Okay, let's go ahead and sell some of this junk. Because I guess, like, this stuff, we can probably just put in our, Yeah, give me food, dude. Give me food. All skill damage. Delicious. And then we have artifacts. I was saying we could probably put the items in our inventory back when we die. Increase your max resources. Each artifact you destroy increases your maximum resources. No, increases attack speed, skill cooldown. We're not really doing damage over time, though. Great. Okay, so we have a new... Let's see, let's go... I wish I could just hit left trigger, but I gotta hit right trigger twice to get to my items. So now we have Fury. Hitting the same target with 5 more attacks in 1 second increases damage dealt by 5%. Well, we're not doing that, because we don't have a dagger. Maybe we should swap over to a dagger, though? Oh, wait, is there someone I didn't talk to? I guess I'll skip through just in case. Okay, I was gonna say just in case he wants to tell me something. Ugh. That's freaky looking, man. Well, wait, if we're increasing damage, maybe it is beneficial then to put on the curse dagger? Like, if we're increasing our fire damage, let's give it a shot. Let's just try it. But you see what I mean with this weapon? It just feels like they're all individual attacks. Like, if I put on this sword, there's clearly a combo there, but each one resets back to neutral position in the animation. See what I mean? Like, if this is neutral, if I'm spamming X, he keeps returning neutral every time, and it just makes the combat animation just feel, like, not fluid. Also, the travel system is a little bit weird. I mean, you just hit A to go through it, but I'm not sure how I feel about this map system, because there's no choice here. It's just kind of highlighting what these... It looks like there's only one choice later on. But up until this point, I don't fully understand, like, why the map system is here. Why you don't just, like, go through the door. Because it looks like we're going to be going through the same areas every single time in order. So the map is kind of it doesn't really have a lot of need there. Because of you, I'm alive. I know I look strange, but there's no need to be wary. I'm an alchemist. You can smell the scent of blood in the cave. I can smell the scent of blood because there's blood everywhere, you dingus. And I thought it might be of help to me. Blood is life itself, and I can't think of a better ingredient for brewing potions stopping life from slipping away. And it was crazy. Are we just drinking blood? Is that what's in our potions? You didn't really come here to save me, but I owe you regardless. I'm Abel. Find the alchemist in town, and I'll help you on your arduous journey. Okay, we got another townsfolk. Nice. Oh, that's a cool looking enemy. We got a new dagger, got a new ring. Let's check these out. A little bit more damage, but we get more gold gain if we do this. And then the other ring just got put on, but what was it? It was this blue one? Ooh, extra fire damage. Yes, let's go. Oh, we got a chunky. Oh, chunkies explode. Okay, keep that in mind. Chunkies do explode. Yeah, stay away from me, chunker. Oh, what is this? There's a little bit of wind going on here or something. Go on, explode. Okay, what do we got in here? Ruby chest, open up. We got a healing potion. All right, we'll crack the one we got. Use that one. Oh, God. Explodey boy. Hit him with the fire. Okay, soul gems or currency. Let's go for soul gems. Mastery skill, increase skill. Ooh. Okay. Oh, that's why. Oh, okay. So earlier on when I mentioned why didn't I have the skill points that I thought I was going to, that's why. In the I think in the very first run I did, I took that, which gave me some extra skill points here. Each time you attack a nearby enemy with fire amplification, you gain 3 mana. Oh, well, that's pretty good, actually. That would keep us nice and topped up. Burning the target. Orb of fire. Right. Burns the target for 25 damage. So this does damage over time. Or we could take... You deal 10% increased damage to elite enemies while your assistant skill? I don't know what my assistant... Oh. Magic Barrier. For 8 seconds, a Magic Barrier is created that absorbs up to 50% of your resource and damage. That would actually be good against the boss we fought. And then let's get more mana, especially if we're spending mana with this. We have one more skill point. So we have... oh, Mastery Skill. Burning deals 20% increased damage to enemies with Mastery Skill. So is this one that I need to use? No, this is just a passive, it looks like. Yeah. Okay, so this is just a passive skill. Some of the... Let's see. Burning deals 20% increased damage to enemies with Master Skill. Yeah, so there's definitely some wording here that I think could be clarified a bit. or made a bit easier to understand how exactly it's working. That's kind of a weird way to word that. It should just say, like, burning damage is increased by 20%. It doesn't have to say with mastery skill. There we go. We've got the paralysis on him. Oh, God. Oh, I can't get out of this. Okay, what do we get in the chest? Great, we can use a potion, get another one. We got some skills that we can use. What do we got up here? Summons a swirling firestorm, chase enemies for 5 seconds, deals 40% damage as fire on hit. If firestorm hits a burning enemy, deals... Ooh. Well, okay then. Where are we going to put that, though? I feel like that should maybe just go over Orb of Fire. Oh, wait, what's the cooldown time on that? It's pretty long, huh? Cooldown of 50. Yeah, it is pretty long, but I think I'm totally fine with Leap, Slash, and Fire Amplification, to be completely honest with you. Okay, let's go for Soul Gems. Increase max life by 30, increase strength, or increase core skill damage. So strength, now we know strength doesn't do anything for us. So, so see, if I went core skill, which I am going to do, that kind of incentivizes me to go back, because now I have 2 assistant skills. I have an ultimate and I have core. Okay, so let's just use this one, see what it looks like. Oh, that's pretty cool looking, actually. Okay, now that we did that, we'll swap back. I just wanted to see what it looked like. We'll swap back here since we get some more. We get more damage out of that. The spider nest, huh? You know, this looks a lot like a boss arena. Man, who could have guessed that? Oh, heckin' Christ. Oh, it ate half his body. Oh, god dang, man. Okay. All right, come on. Let's get him. You gonna jump on me? Shield up. Nice. Spider Beast Tormentor down. Darkness cleansed. We unlocked a new rune. Crafting material for legendary equipment. Ah, okay. So we've seen what that is. We got another frozen blade. That is worthless. And what else we got? Okay. And then we go to the Stolen Monastery, which is the place that we were told about before. The entrance of the Stolen Monastery. Pretty sweet. Yeah, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go to data saved upon exit. Perfect. Okay, I want to go back to the menu. Because that's actually a perfect place to end this video. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about my first impressions here of the game, Dragon is Dead, and talk a little about my time, because I did quite enjoy this. There is definitely some polish that still needs to be done, I think. One of the clear things, I've mentioned it a couple times so far, but I'll just bring it up one more time just as this is kind of like a summary of my thoughts here. Combat, the basic attack I want it to feel a little bit more fluid between each animation of the attacks. Right now it feels like it's attack 1, neutral, attack 2, neutral, attack 3. And even though the timing there is pretty short, it still doesn't feel like it's one fluid string of attacks. It feels like it's very much individual attacks, which kind of makes combat feel a little bit choppy. That said, I like all the skills and I like the skill tree. I do think that the way it's set up right now, it honestly might, it feels like it's already kind of fleshed itself out. And there's not like a whole lot of depth to it, because it is very much like, if you're taking fire, you're just going to stick with fire. If you take electric, you're just going to stick with electric. If you take ice, you're just going to stick with ice. It doesn't seem like you're ever going to really cross elements there, and that kind of it doesn't like limit you necessarily, right? Because of course you can take the different elements, but if you're picking up items that are increasing an elemental type, well, if you have a bunch of like trinkets, let's say they give you fire damage, you're not going to want to take cold spells, right? Just in the same way, if you're playing Dead Cells and you're going brutality, you're not going to want a tactics weapon because all your damage is stacked up in brutality. Now, there's a lot of different ways to kind of build that, because there's a lot of different weapons, there's a lot of different passives in a game like Dead Cells. This one right now, again, it is in early access, so there's something to take into consideration there. So perhaps the differentiation is going to come in the fact that you do have, like, we're a spell blade, right? So the spell blade is going to naturally have 3 different elements. So maybe there's going to be the different build opportunities are going to come from the different classes, which we didn't see. I'm not sure if they're in early access yet. It could just be we haven't unlocked them yet, right? We saw the terms Berserker, we saw Revenant, which I'm assuming is going to be more of like a rogue style character considering it's dexterity based. Let me actually take a quick look here at the Steam page while I'm talking about that. Let me see just a quick glance. Is there anything that kind of explains that? Nothing. As far as my 2-second quick search here, I don't see anything on that. There's obviously a bunch of different updates on the Steam page, which I'm not necessarily going to go through right now, just because it's obviously not what you guys want. Early access, there is an early access roadmap, so let's take a look at that real quick. Let's see, 2024 quarter 3, add town customizing system, add charm system, seal system, add new legendary equipments. Quarter 4, okay, new character, got it. So the character might not be added in yet, is what it is. New legendary equipments, new elite monsters, added hell difficulty, official launch 2025 quarter 1. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking for. 2025 quarter 1 is the official launch. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm wondering how the classes, maybe the construction of the classes and how customization comes to be is from the artifacts themselves and how you're getting the like auto battle, the synergies there. That could definitely be. But as of right now, the skill tree just feels, while it doesn't exactly look linear, it definitely does feel a little bit linear. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but I just have to see the other classes before I know how I fully feel about that. Map traversal was totally fine. Well, I was just going to say, there were no secrets. Well, here's the thing. Secrets are hidden, so there might have been secrets, I just didn't notice them. If there aren't, I would hope that they would add secrets in, so that way you can find them. And if there are, they were hidden pretty well. So I guess that's how that goes. But I do wish there was a little bit more to traversing the map. It could be that I just haven't gotten far enough for that yet. So, for example, again, it's one of those things where I don't want to compare games. Okay, then I'm not even going to comment on it because I don't want to compare games too much. I think that's not incredibly helpful to keep comparing to one individual game. It's just I've been playing a lot of Dead Cells off camera, and so it's kind of stuck in my head and kind of comparing the two. I do kind of wish there was more momentum on specifically downward attacks, just because it feels like you're kind of floating down. Oh, what was the other thing I wanted to mention? Oh, super small thing, but the mini-map doesn't feel like it fits the aesthetic. So I'm hoping that gets kind of a little update to make it look like it fits a little bit more. I definitely like the mini-map to allow us to kind of see where, you know, the map is going, where all the platforms are, where enemies are is super helpful. But it's just kind of like, you know, the neon green lines don't really fit this aesthetic that much, in my opinion. The little player character, I don't know, I feel like it could just be have some new life breathed into it, but totally understand that is not like a first priority thing at all. At least, you know, get the functionality down and then you can pretty it up. The map system, I don't fully understand why we needed to go into a map menu, especially when the map is completely linear, it looks like at this point. Now, it could definitely be that the map does open up later on, and so you have to have the functionality there, even when it's not 100% needed, to introduce the player to that system. And then later on, when there are branching pathways, maybe you need that map system. But as of right now, it was just a map to show you like you're going from point A to point B. You click A, and then you go to point A. You go to point B. Doesn't necessarily need to be there. We did see that later on there was a branching path, so there must be a reason for that. But you could also, I'm sure there's another way you could do that, just by at the end of the level before it, just put 2 different doorways, because otherwise it was just kind of time that you know, a map like that, I would assume that I could move with my left joystick and kind of go from point to point, but that wasn't a functionality there. So yeah, that was one of the kind of confusing things. I wasn't entirely sure about that system. Anything else? No, everything else felt pretty cool. I like the world. I like the design. I was very surprised at the difference in damage between our first run and second run. I don't know what happened there. But I'm assuming it's just because I took more damage-based artifacts. But even then, it didn't feel like I took that much more. Right? There's... anyway. Other than that, I think... Oh, I also want to say, I feel like map traversal was very, very linear. Which again is kind of, it's one of those things where it kind of comes with the territory of having a linear map structure, right? So granted, one of the games that I had mentioned a couple times in this video was Astral Ascent, because I know that it's been very well received and is on a lot of people's like top of the roguelike genre, or like the action roguelike genre, right? So I can't really speak to the map traversal there, but when you look at like Dead Cells, right, because Dead Cells has multiple exit points of each level, the map has to be kind of like a maze. Whereas compared to this one, this is very linear. It's literally just go right. There wasn't a lot of reason to explore anywhere or find new things. So the map itself, I will say, did get a little boring after a while, because it really is just move to the right and then fight the enemies that are there. There was no real sense of exploration. There was no real sense of discovery, which is something I was kind of looking for, because the rewards you get, are always at the end of the level, versus, again, I know I'm going back to it, but like Dead Cells, where when you're going through and you can find the scrolls, sometimes you'll find a scroll that you can level up any of your 3 stats, and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go for my main stat. Sometimes you just find scrolls that are for 2 stats, maybe one of them isn't your main stat, right? But you're still finding those things. You're still finding items just kind of like in little pockets of the world. Whereas this doesn't really have that sense of discovery. And I do know that Astral Ascent does have those things where there's kind of like chests. There are the ruby chests, but again, because of the map structure, it's hard to kind of hide those things, which is kind of why I would like there to be some kind of secrets, or I don't know, without really like drastically changing the structure of maps. I don't know how you would include that, but something to kind of make us wonder, as opposed to just, okay, I'll just continue going to the right. But other than that, guys, what did you think of Dragon is Dead? Let me know down below in the comments section. And of course, if you did make it this far and you did find the key, please let me know down below in the comment section, so that way I can pin it, and that way people know that it has been found and it has been used and claimed, so that way people don't have to, continue looking for it or anything like that. And of course, congratulations to the person who did end up finding it. But guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you did enjoy Dragon is Dead, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed hanging out with me today, would you kindly smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more roguelite action. Before today, I've been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.